Hey guys. Hey guys. Welcome to another episode of Hello World with your girl Joy from Be the Difference Clothing. How is everyone doing this lovely day? Let me go and share out this stream. How is everyone doing this beautiful day? I hope good. I can't see the chat. That's not cool. Yeah. All right, so let me do this. Hey, Kingdom Boy. Hey, Zachary. Hi, J Love. How are you? I hope you guys are good. Let's see. Let me share out the stream. What up, Coco? Tell her. How are you? I'm over here just sharing out this stream really quickly. And I have a part 2 to what I was talking about yesterday, because a couple things came to mind after the fact, and I was like, oh man, that's what I wanted to talk about too. So let me just share this stream real quick. Part 2s are always better. All right, says who? How was your day, Coco? I hope it was good. Let me put a question mark there because you never know. I'm all right. I'm okay. Hey, Zachary, what's going on? It was a long day for you? Wow. I need to open up. Oh, that's right. So the chat is disabled on my end. So I need to open up. I need to open up a different one. All right, I got it now. I figured out a way. I saw you like your post on IG. Yeah, I did. And you still never responded. So don't know what that's all about. So, guys, today is a good day. But I think your day was very peaceful. Girl, let me think. Did I have peace today? Semi. And then it was like a lot of noise, and then I took a nap. I just woke up not even a half an hour ago, and I was like, man, maybe I should push it back some more, because you know how, like, you get that residual sleepiness, and it's not like I'm tired. It's just I don't know. I did run a few errands today. That was cool. You know what? I don't know what to do with myself sometimes. That's the thing. I don't know what to do with myself sometimes. There's so much going on in my head, and it's just a lot. Not that it's unbearable, but it's a lot. You guys have no idea the things that I think about, and the things that I don't even want to say see, but just the things that go through my mind. Hey, Candy Girl. Candy Girl. Oh, Candy Girl. Hey. Yeah, so let me see. Let me look at my forehead real quick. Ooh, it's shining. It's nice. It's got a nice hue to it. Okay. Oh man. Where did it go? Okay, now I found the chat again. Your day was a disaster. Why, Kingdom? What happened? Y'all, I think I might have to open up a window. Give me 1 second, because it's just all of a sudden it got really hot. I just need to crack it a little bit. You know how, like, you need to have some circulation in the air? I need that. And I got my little water. And you know what? Amplifies my thinking is what's going on, right? Instagram, I get all my news from Instagram. And I just saw a picture of a protester, and she got shot in the face with a rubber bullet, I think it was. It was a rubber bullet. I think maybe she may have lost her eye, and she has a big gouge on her forehead. A young kid, too. I don't know. That stuff kind of disturbs me. And Then I saw some other video. It's just, y'all, I have to, I don't know, maybe I need to just stay off of social media. I don't know. Hey, Carolyn Eats, how are you? Welcome to Hello World. So, I woke up. It was a good day. I can't say anything bad about it. It was a good day. I was alive. I was able to use all the functionary, systematic things of myself. I recorded a video that I'm going to premiere tomorrow. Today is the last day for my book, Buy Two Quotes books, and you receive a free t-shirt. That offer ends as of midnight tonight, so take advantage of that. Should you? Would you? Yes, you should. Um, so again, if you have watched any of the inspirational moments, I post the actual quotes in your face. You can always hit pause. Say, this is the quote that I would like on my t-shirt. Or you can just go simply to the unisex section and have anything that you would like printed on there. It is scary, but we do need to be aware of what's going on too, Candy Girl. So I just do it to keep me grounded, if you per se, want to say. It keeps me grounded and reminds me of the air that we're really in. So it is what it is, you know. When will we stop hurting each other? I saw a really powerful video before I came on here, which actually encouraged me. Um, and it was cool. I liked the exchange that was happening. I liked the thinking that was beginning, and we'll see what happens, right? Um, what else did I want to tell you guys? Looks like I won't be traveling until next summer. You think that the airports will open anytime soon, Candy Girl? Hey, eat, sleep. I was about to say eat, sleep, eat, cook, and live it up. Smile. Hey, what's going on? Welcome to Hello World. Then you don't know? Okay. Then the highlight of my afternoon was I was on a Zoom call with a few generations of my family. So that was pretty cool. It got disconnected and I didn't join back again. But I missed out on some really cool things, I believe, based off of the conversation that's going on right now. I missed out. And then we also have a WhatsApp group. So the same group that was talking got to see each other in real life in real time, and we're talking then. So I applaud my uncle for putting it all together, because that's a lot of lineage and heritage that I know nothing about, because I never really did get around to traveling much because of my business. And that's no excuse. I'm not making an excuse. It's about priorities, right? So that was that. But I'm here now. I'm there. So, I do the best that I can. Anybody that corresponds with me, I always respond because I think it's the right thing to do, based off of how you would feel if someone didn't respond to you, or if you said something and no one responded to you. Hey, story time with Shay, what up? Welcome to Hello World. Based off of those things. And since we're talking about the bear and its lion tamer part 2, I might as well start off with that. help me make it Help me make sense of how you can speak to people and they simply just don't respond. Or how about if you try to befriend or have a working relationship with people or a person, they take it as a threat, like you're trying to take something from them, when only you're trying to be cordial. Why is it that every time you or someone feels you or someone feels that there always has to be a reciprocation of something that is done for you. It's not always the case. I think I talked about that yesterday. It's just repeating back, right? But it's the truth. We like to feel like, oh, well, I got to do something back because you did something for me. Why? If you never had the thought or the feeling to do, then why do you all of a sudden feel obligated since someone did something for you? I mean, I guess it would be a nice gesture to return the gratitude or the cordialness, but saying thank you was probably enough. Make it make sense. Why do we have to feel like we have to compete to show that we're thankful? I mean, in your head, in our heads, we're probably not thinking of it as we're competing, but we're just simply saying thank you back. But then your thank you has to be a little bit more grandiose than the next person that actually gave you something from the bottom of their heart and soul. Whereas you're just doing it because you want to make sure you cover up and say thank you by the same nominal cost. That's not how humanity operates. I.e., a parent gives birth to a child. There's no way that child can give back to any parent, except for maybe when you get older, you can do things that are comparable, maybe like take care of them when they are no longer able to care for themselves. But how many people do that? I think somebody told me 1 out of 4 people actually care for their parents as they get older. I think somebody said that. I don't know if it was in yesterday's chat or just across the lines. I heard it somewhere that 1 in 4 people will take care of their parents in their elder age. I was like, wow. But then again, maybe a parent didn't give birth for you to be their overseer. I don't know. Hey, Siendo, how are you? You know, I'm going to mess your name up. Sometimes they feel guilt. Yeah, but why is that encoded in us to feel guilty when someone does something nice? Or to feel guilty when someone is only trying to reach out and get to know you? Or feel not even guilty, but what's the word I'm trying to think of? Threatened. Or feel threatened when you try to get a little closer to get to know you. Why is it always some ulterior motive that people think that other people are thinking? Mm. Make it make sense. I mean, history may have been that way for the previous people, but it doesn't always necessarily mean that the current people or the current people to come will be the same way. But yet and still, we throw them in that box. Hence, bringing more division to humanity. When will we learn? When will we ever learn? Make it make sense that a person gets arrested, spends a little time in jail, and when they come out, you expect them to get a job. You expect them to continue to have dignity after the experiences that they had in the big house and to be able to function. Y'all, I used to watch Jail and Locked Up, all of those things for like the first 3 years I had free cable. And I enjoyed watching those things, not because of the people being locked up, but just to understand something that I hope will never come my way. To understand that people are just as human as people who are technically free. Make it make sense to me that we expect people to come out of jail, get a job, get an ID, clean up their ID when they've been in jail for however long, not making any income, coming out, not having somewhere to always stay, not having somewhere to work because of the fact that they've been incarcerated for whatever time, make it make sense on how they can actually survive. Why do we set people up to fail? We do that. We set people up to fail with some extreme measures that are not able to be met. Do you understand from the moment you start paying bills and are outside of the safety of your parents or parents' nest, grandparents, or whoever you were nestled under paying bills for you, you're going to be working backwards. Even when juveniles get detained, make it make sense to me how putting them in a facility with no beds, a facility where they can't choose what they want to eat, can't choose to walk around, have been taught how to be submissive and to always be on guard. And then you let them out. They're finally free, acting a lot more irresponsible than when they got locked up. I've watched these programs, guys, and it's not easy to watch people who are incarcerated have to fend for their lives while under incarceration. And then you expect them to come out and be upstanding citizens, when all they've known for however many years is fight for your right to have respect. You're putting two different worlds in people's heads. Make it make sense. Oh, I know. It's that confusion again, eh? I guess when you confuse somebody enough, it makes them go crazy. Confusion, not a clear thought. All right, story time. I commend you for doing that because it's not easy. It's not easy caring for people who you've seen being able to care for themselves and then turn into changing diapers and washing, and then them not even remembering who you may be, depending on what kind of illness that they have. That's not easy to now be the care provider, caretaker for someone that took care of you and you looked up to, even in your age of agelessness. I can't imagine taking care of my parents. I will do it, but I can't imagine taking care of my parents when all I've done up until this very moment is still looked up to them, regardless of whether I realized it or not. Because at the end of the day, I still say dad, I still say mom. I'm still submissive to the titles. I've never once respectfully called any of my parents their first name. Shoot, even in a joke, it just didn't sound right. I felt like I need to get a spanking for doing that. But help me make it make sense. And then there's the military veterans. I know there's probably no vets in here right now. They come from various countries and various types of chaos. And we as a society, and when I say society, I mean like, the powers that be that bring them back and they can't even get good health care. They can't even get a job. They can't even get compensated as a retired veteran. Or if they do, you got to run through all the hoops. Meanwhile, make it make sense to me that they put their life on the lines for so many times, years, and however long, to say, I want to protect and serve people who, when I come back, will not even respect the fact that I protected you with my body and my soul. Yet and still, some of us are very disrespectful. or ignorant to the fact that that's what people do on a daily basis. Even to some of the cops who are upstanding and who have tried their best to hold it together and be a good cop, we don't know the pressures that go on in each other's work environment. But we have to start making things make sense so that we can meet people where they are. If someone who has been incarcerated for whatever amount of time comes out and they're disheveled, maybe we need to exercise a little bit more patience and then figure out what is the historical reasoning as to why you may keep going in and out. Oh, is it drugs? Oh, is it a mental illness covered up with drugs to make it feel a little bit better? Help me make it make sense. A lot of the inmate population have mental illness. Of course, this is from me watching Locked Up and Jail and all those other things. And that's what it was. A lot of people have mental illness. And because they have nowhere to go, jail is the safest place for them or the only place for them. It's sad, but somehow that's the life some people will just know. Doesn't make sense, right? But let's figure out how people even get there. Maybe it's a financial thing. Maybe it's a thing where whoever their guardian was or is just tossed them out. But that's what we do to each other. When we have no patience, we throw each other away quickly and easily. Like, oh, I don't have to deal with you. I don't have to deal with you. Make it make sense to me. Why we feel like we're that privileged enough to say, I don't have to deal with you. But someone found it in their heart to deal with you when you were in your mess. Help me make it make sense that you can't extend that same type of care and love that someone did for you in your mess. All of our messes are different degrees. It's not the same, I understand, but the simple fact is somebody still was there for you. Hey, Nadia, what's up, girl? It's not easy at all, Joy. It just hits really different. I know. We try to make it make sense, sincerely, Nadia. The things that we do on a daily basis that we just got the little veil, right? You know, we have the veil over our eyes. And this is how we see. Guys, oh, I just figured out. This is how most of us are seeing. This is how we are seeing life. If only you would just crack it open so you can kind of see for real. This is how we've been seeing life for a lot of us for however many years that we've been living. Just something is always in the way. The distractions. But until we just say no more distractions is when you can kind of sort of see. And then when you completely say, you know what? I'm done with the distractions. I want to find out what's going on for myself. You will be able to see freely. That's when it all will start to make sense. That's the key, guys. I just gave you the answer. You want to know how it makes sense? Research. Throw away all of the things that you may have thought was right. Maybe not throw it away, but, put it aside for a little bit and start looking at things through a different set of eyes. Ooh, what a rude awakening you'll have. And that's why I always suggest that if we start looking at life through the heart of things, then maybe we will see things for what it really is. And when this veil that we have that we've been looking through, the blinders, where sometimes you kind of peek and then something else comes along and this is how you see. Like, I can see the computer, I can see everything, but my fingers are in the way. And then sometimes Sometimes I get to the point where I'm like, I've meditated enough. I've reached out enough, and I've started to dig deep enough, and then I see this much. But imagine literally putting your hands right in front of your face. I dare you, do it. Put your hands just like that. This is the clouded vision of humanity that we see. Take off the blinders. Open up your eyes and your heart and your mind. Octavia, hey girl. And then make it make sense to me how we want to scream, let's vote. And I'm not trying to say not to vote, but we say, let's vote. But yet, before 8 p.m. Eastern time, when the polls are supposed to close, you already have the numbers for my state calculated. So what the heck did my vote that went in at 8 o'clock, how did that calculate so fast? I'm not trying to ruffle any feathers. I'm just asking a real question. How does it make sense that if I vote at 8 o'clock, and look, I didn't think of this on my own. My coworker made me think of this because she said her husband was like, listen, if I listen, if I vote at 8 o'clock, at 7:50, you've already calculated that my state, oh, you go by the majority. So my vote, oh, oh, okay. There we go again. Remember that silent majority? How powerful the majority is? Mm. So what about all of the hundreds of people that maybe wanted to vote at 8 p.m.? Did not maybe their vote outweigh some of the other voters' vote? I don't know. Make it make sense to me, guys. Please make it make sense to me. Please make it make sense to me how we think. Sorry if I get myself in trouble, but how we think that the people that we end up voting for really have an opportunity to bring forth the things that they said they can do. The only reason why I said that is because remember, you need money to be able to be noticed. And guess what? You're going to get contributions from so many different places. If I give you $100,000 contribution to help you win, you think that I may not say, oh, when you get there, can you kind of like, I like to see this happen. Make it happen. I just gave you $100,000. You said yes. I gave you $100,000. Where you getting $100,000 from outside of me? And if you have 10 or 20 donors like that, or who are more powerful than that maybe are just as big of an entity than an individual, make it make sense to me how we absolutely think that it is possible for someone to really do what they said they're going to do. You have to answer to everything and everyone that's contributed to your winnings. It's sad, right? But until we start to make sense and start to say, no more, this is how it's going to go, then it's always going to continuously not make sense, right? Remember the power of one? It makes sense. That makes sense. The power of one, creating two and three. United, we all stand, right? Please make that make sense to me. United, we stand. But I'm sure to a lot of different countries, we don't look united. How in the world did we come up with that name? Oh, I get it. At one point, we were united, and then someone's ego was a little bit bigger and then had a big enough ego to get more people to come on their team. Divided, we all fall. And how do we crumble? Oh man, how we crumble divided. Please help me make it make sense that someone's ego could be that detrimental and people fall right underneath that. You know why? Because it's a convincing argument. It's all about how we can convince each other to make it make sense. Because to them, they made it make sense to them. And they said, you know what? That makes sense. Hey, Adam. To them, they made it make sense. It's about us thinking past the smoke and mirrors and the veils and the distractions. You know what? I'm not even gonna say it's smoke and mirror. I'm just gonna call it what it is. It's a distraction. Everything is a distraction. Anything that does not allow you to think freely for yourself or gives you the opportunity to think for yourself can be a distraction. I said I changed from is to can, right? Oh Lord. Look at how contradictory I was just now. But you understand what I mean. There is no real absolute to anything, but the one absolute thing is that we live, then we die. That makes sense to me. Oh Lord, I feel like I've gone back to episode 20 or somewhere around there when we talked about something like this. I'm literally ill about this. I'm 10 minutes from this craziness. The city has a curfew and they are closing down all public transportation in the city. Hey, Miss Biddy, how are you? Welcome to Hello World. Again, we've been pushed into panic and fear. I saw another video on Instagram where the marshals came in, marshals came in, yelling and screaming up and down the street, get into your house, get into your house, get into your house. The people who were recording were standing outside of their house. They shot a green gas and they ran into their house and I just saw green smoke. The heck was that? As if your yelling enough wasn't traumatic enough to put me into my house. Now you shoot something, a substance at me. It's in my house. It rolls in, I'm running from it, rolls into my house, and you scare my children. Oh my goodness. Are we turning into everything, into every other country that we think is so disrupted? United we stand. I guess together we fall together, right? We want to be just like the rest of the world and have their same policies like the rest of the world. Freedom comes at a cost of turning off the distractions. It's as simple as that. Stop needing to be. I'm trying to think of the word right now because I know which word I'm thinking of. I just can't remember the name of it. I got it. Instant stimulation by our televisions, by the drama on the TV. You see, all the drama from the TVs that we've seen are actually playing out in our own lives now. Police banging down doors, yelling, screaming, watching war movies, invasions of other countries, and now we have invasions of our neighborhoods. Told when we can come in and out of our homes, taking away our transportation rights. Then walk. Miles, you say? What do you think they did back in the day? You walk. Will it take much longer? Yes. Will it be easy for those that can't walk? Absolutely not. But where there's a will, there's always a way. We just have to think a few steps ahead. So now, if we start to think a few steps ahead of this whole thing that we're going through, what do you think is the next step that we should do? Come on, let's come up with some solutions. Hey, Asa, what's going on? How are you? Long time no see. It's slowly dissipating while we are distracted with police corruption and racism. It's more than just the color of a skin, because now, see, what we're doing with the color of skin is dividing us even more, right? It's about those who are roaming freely and those who are not. Think of all the people who are roaming freely that are not on the news, that are not having all these chaotic moments happening. Those are the ones that are free, and those are the ones that are thinking forward. Hey, Edward, how are you? But SA, they've been controlling us for a very long time. You know, the programming from the televisions that you watch, the video games that we allow our children to play, you know, those games, instead of the educational games like, who wants to be a scientist? Who wants to be a lawyer? Who wants to be a politician? Who wants to build a business? How come there aren't games like that being produced? Oh, I know. Too many free thinking people, maybe? Too much competition for those that are trillionaires and billionaires? Where are our billionaires now? They chilling. They already thought things through. They chilling. You see how quiet it is? You don't hear a word from them. Have you ever heard a word from a billionaire? Ever? They chilling. They're in their groups and they chilling. I'm not asking a billionaire for a dime because it's going to cost my whatever. No, thank you. You did it on your own, so can I. Oh, but they had help. No. Historically, let's look at Jeff Bezos. Wasn't he in a garage for how many years? He did it. Him and his wife, used to be wife, they did it. So explain to me, make it make sense to me, please. Make it make sense to me why any one of us can't do the same thing. Is it a discipline thing? Yes. It is a discipline thing. He was disciplined enough to say, I'm not giving up on my idea until I get somewhere. And look at where he is now. Every man must decide whether he will walk in the light of creative altruism or the darkness of destructive selfishness. Absolutely. Martin Luther King. Until we start to discipline ourselves, do not speak on anything else. Stop. Until you can come up with a plan that won't require you to get your hands dirty per se, stop. Until you start realizing that you need to protect yourself and your soul without lifting a finger, stop. Because guess what? History has taught us that every time we've resisted in a certain way, we get pushed back. And not just pushed back, but we've gotten hurt, kicked, chemically altered. It makes sense. When you're at peace, who bothers you? Doesn't that make sense? When you're at peace, who bothers you? Who is bothering you when you're at peace? Please, somebody, please tell me, when you're at peace, who's bothering you? When you are at peace, who is bothering you? Please, somebody answer that question. No one. Hey, Shawana. I'm Shawana. I'm sorry. Hey, Moore. What's going on? Welcome to Hello World. Please tell me, when you are at peace, who is bothering you? You see now, that's where it makes sense. You can't bother someone who's at peace. You may try to ruffle their feathers, but if depending on the degree of the peace that they are at and the maturity of the peace that they've attained, they are unbothered. I have a lot of respect for monks. Oh, I was watching this movie the other day, um, and I think it was called like The Dragon or The Snake and the Dragon or The Snake and the Monk or something. I don't remember the name of it, but this monk, he tapped into the source of energy, I guess, or whatever. But because of his discipline of being able to keep his body and his mind and keep his body in check while his mind went other places, he was powerful enough to jump leaps and bounds through places and things. And he was able to open up the heavens because he prayed to God enough that he was strong, y'all. Strong. Is this possible? I believe it's possible for that to happen. I mean, come on, man. Look at the monks that we don't get to see. They live a certain way. They eat a certain way. They don't allow outside poisonings into their bodies. That's the first layer of protection. Then they protect their mind by meditating, and they become strong. But they don't live like everyone else. But yet the people that look outside in may think they're weird. But yet they're physically stronger and mentally stronger and spiritually stronger than the people who go like this. I challenge you to live I'm trying to be careful with what I'm saying. Okay, I'll say it this way. I challenge you to live underneath your means. I challenge you to live underneath your means. Because when you can be content with whatever you just have right in front of you, then everything else values more and it's tripled. You're not spending as much, so therefore you have more money. Makes sense, right? When you live below your means, you're leaving room for more money to come in. You're not getting caught up in the trap of consumerism. Or I just have to have the latest thing because X, Y, and Z has it. Or you don't have to feel like you need it because you're content with what you have. Hey, Stephanie! Hype man, what's going on? K is short for my first name. No, I don't. Oh, Kingdom Boy? Is that Kingdom Boy? You changed your name all over again. How am I supposed to know that? How am I supposed to know that? You were just in here as Kingdom Nation Life. Help me make it make sense, Kingdom. How was I supposed to know that? We have a member. We have a member. And it's Stephanie. Y'all, we're going to make things make sense. Kingdom Nation life was boring for you, so you switched it around. K hashtag more. Okay. Not bad. Please make it make sense to me why a lot of us think that it's corny to have a garden or impossible to have a garden inside of your home. Shoot. If y'all know who I don't know why my mind just blanks out like that sometimes. If y'all know Mukbang and Things, she has an Instagram under her same name, and she showed a beautiful video of her indoor garden. Beautiful. Those peppers grew out so nicely. She had just plants against the windowsill, growing vegetation that is healthy and probably non-toxic. Now you can say she's living below her means because she doesn't have to go to the grocery store to pick up the pepper. She grew it herself and it's going to continuously grow. She's ahead of the game. It's possible. You just got to put the work in. How many of us are willing to put the work in to make it make sense? How many of us can create time to put the work in to make it make sense? I'm creating time. Organic groceries are outrageous. And then make it make sense to me, Miss Daniels, how organic is really organic when you still have to spray it with something to make it preserved. Please tell me what the difference between organic is and non-organic. They both got the same type of shine. Fresh vegetables are not going to come and last and look that beautiful and delicate in the grocery store after it's been plucked for however many days and then put on top of, right? So let's just say this, right? We're farmers. Let's say we're farmers, right? You pluck your peppers. You got 500 peppers on top of each other, and they're all still got that nice squeezy little roundness. None of them going to cave in a little bit from all of the weight of the other pressures from those peppers. God, did I just uncover something that didn't make sense? Because I mean, I've seen how they, harvest grapes and stuff, and they pull it from the vine, and then they're all on this one little, gurney thing, and then they're dumped over, and then like they're still on the vine. Like, please tell me, how does it make sense that a beautiful, delicate, organic pepper looks the same as the other pepper? I only believe when it's organic when I grow it myself. I'm agreeing with you, Shauna. I'm sorry, I keep pronouncing your name wrong. And I should know better. I agree with you, Shauna, but to me, they don't have it making sense to me. Because I know it takes days okay, let me not say days. I know it has to take some time for those vegetables to go from harvest to driving from wherever they're from to the truck delivering it to the grocery store now putting it on the shelf. Let's just say maybe a week passed, give or take, maybe more. I don't know. But they still look beautiful like that. Yeah, I guess so. Mm, who knows? It really doesn't. Also, do you know they changed the colors of some fruit and oh girl, yeah. Because guess what? When you change the chemical balance of the thing that we ingest, you change the thing that ingested it too. And how much more can you control someone that does not have control over their own body? Y'all ever notice, like before I stopped eating chocolate, remember how Kit Kats used to take? Y'all, I used to taste. Remember when Kit Kats used to be in the foil? You know, the wrapped over foil, and then when sometimes you open it, it was like a little wormy like because it wasn't, you know what I'm saying? Like that junk didn't last as long. But now they got it in that plastic. That Kit Kat don't even hit right. It stopped hitting right. People, oh, you changed it because it only used to be preserved for a year and now it's preserved for 3. Oh my goodness. Y'all, I just passed out. GMO, yes. Girl, you modify my genetics. My genetics. Ooh, woo, woo. Ouch. Oh, and then you wonder why a lot more people are diagnosed with mental illness, messing around with our genes and our DNA, and then you mess up the reproductive system, and then you have two people's whose chromosomes are a little messed up from just the food that we eat. You mix those eggs together. How are you creating a regulated specimen? And it's not our fault. We can't stop it. Oh, I guess you grow your own stuff, can slow the progress down. I guess. Y'all, oh my goodness, 51 minutes. Got to go. I'm so afraid of these vegetables and fruits. Those perfectly colored fruits and veggies got me worried. I will give you a clue though. Your farmers markets, go to the ones that go to the farmers markets. That's your best bet. And if you would like to plant your own vegetation, you absolutely can get good seed. Just tell them that you want the God, keep forgetting the name of it. I feel like somebody's just like in my brain sometimes. You can just ask your farmer's market for the seeds that will bear each year. Starts with an H. So, no, not organic. Who wants a Kit Kat after 3 years? But people don't even pay attention to expiration dates. They just buy. Y'all, I found some expired stuff on the shelf. Yeah, I look at the dates now. I look at the dates. I'm a religious person for looking at the dates. I hate that. I can't remember the name after I done talked over myself and I forgot. Oh, good Lord. It starts with the H though. Hormone, no. Hydro something. No, that's just the way you can garden. You can hydro plant. That's just one thing. But go to your farmer's market and say, listen, can you get me the seed? Can I get the seed that can bear each and every year? That's the one that seed isn't reproduced, pretty much. I can't think of the actual name of it right now. Yeah. Overly diagnosed, and then sometimes the diagnosis is from somebody that doesn't have enough patience to deal with a child that needs to be disciplined a little bit more than the other children, or other children that you see don't need as much discipline, but some kids need that discipline. Like for me, I was that kid where you didn't have to touch too much, but yet and still I was disciplined. Shoot, you tell me one thing, I'm going with it. Okay. So go to your farmers markets. That's your best bet. And why not? You put your money right back into your community. You put your money back into people who are growing things naturally, as natural as it can be. And you're getting good food. And also, too, I remember watching this documentary where if the insects are not necessarily flying around it, it means that they don't even want to eat it. So if they don't want to eat stuff that normally they would eat, then you might want to stay away from it too. You ever notice how the supermarket doesn't really have any insects? Like, even if you try your best, they still will find a way to get to that fruit. Oh, and also get seed bearing fruit. Get seed bearing fruit as much as you can. Even if they've genetically somehow done something to the original seed, get seed bearing fruit. It is not natural for grapes to not have seeds. It is not natural for a grape to taste like cotton candy. Cherries are back. I don't even know if cherries are in season or not, but they got seeds in it, so I bought them. But try your best. If you get fruit, get the seed bearing things. And if you don't trust your grocery store, go to the farmer's market because at least then you'll get the most natural thing and it will be seeded, more than likely. Oh, guys, there's so much more we could do and talk about that makes no sense. But if we start talking about it, we'll understand it doesn't make sense. So then we'll start researching why it doesn't make sense and make sense out of it. You see what I'm saying? Because the more we make things make sense, the more open we become. The more open we become, the more we'll realize who can actually control you. Hey, TT, what up? Guess I can plant something by my window. You sure can. My kids wanted me to get those grapes. I'm like, no, that's not healthy. That's not right. Have you heard of apples that taste like grapes? Abomination. You know that's right. I don't want no cotton candy. I don't want no cotton candy tasting grape. Get out of here. Y'all, you should see me like I'm not vegan. I'm not necessarily vegetarian so much. I just am careful of the things that I eat, but it doesn't make sense. And people have made things make sense for me. This is why I can speak that way. It doesn't make sense that nowhere you can find grapes that have seeds. And I did find it one time in Walmart. Oh my goodness, y'all, that thing was the sweetest, most juiciest thing. I saved those seeds because you can replant them. And I looked up how you can harvest a grape, how you can harvest grapes from the seeds that you get. But of course, I didn't do it. But you can. Man, I enjoyed every single last one of them things, just pitting it out. That thing was good. And I felt like, you know what? I actually ate a grape, a real grape. That thing was good. And I found it in Walmart. And guess what? I ain't find it again. Gone. And you look, give me a seeded something. Give me a seeded grape. Can't even find a seeded grape nowhere. I was like, well, I just guess I won't eat no grapes. I do, however, need to start going to the farmer's market more often. Since I eat more vegetables than anything, I really should be going to the farmer's market more. But there is a supermarket that I go to that I trust because I know they take care of their people. You know what I mean? They take care of their people. So you know what? If you take care of your people, I'm your people too. We have a choice every day to decide whether we will destroy our lives or promote our lives or progress our lives. And I want to progress my life as much and as often as I can. Yes, I'm ignorant to some things. Yes. By eating chips and stuff. But at least I'm trying. I hope you can say the same thing about yourself. Try. Hang around some people that you don't know. Hang around some vegans or some vegetarians. The ones that actually practice it for real, for real. Hang around them and then you'll understand what some of the foods do for us. You'll understand some of the herbs that can help you. Shoot, you don't have to tell me twice. Because if it's been working for you, I'm not going to ask you well, how in the world? How stupid is that? Somebody's been practicing something for so long and you'd still deny them and doubt them and try to convince them that their thinking is wrong. No, let me find out. So if you've preserved yourself this long and you doing this well and you've able to overcome this ailment, or you're able to keep this ailment under wrap because of the different things that you do, I want to know. I don't have any underlying issues right now, but as we get older, issues will come and underline us because our bodies become frail and weak no matter what. But I want to preserve myself as long as possible. So guess what? I'm gonna hang around the people that have been preserving themselves for long as possible. You hang around the people that you want to survive. You want to survive? You hang around the people that have survived and are doing it well and are at peace. Hey, Sarah, what's going on? Hey, short bus, pull up. Mm, yes, I try my best. That's all we're required to do is try. Well, who isn't? Oh, I missed for that. Wait. I need to find me a farmer's market. Yep. Wherever you are, whatever town you're in, girl, follow the trail of people who are, who don't necessarily. I'm trying to think of the right words to say. I guess there really isn't any right word to say without sounding a little ignorant. But the people that you don't, oh, do it this way. Go to the places where people who do not go to the grocery stores go. And there are certain groups of people who don't necessarily go to the grocery store that go to farmers markets. And those are the people that are eating healthy and living their lives abundantly and thinking a little bit more freely, whatever that may mean for them. I'm just saying, there is one I know of, but they are seasonal open now for the summer. And then when you go there, Shauna, ask around, like, yeah, where is the off-season farmers markets? Because they all go together. They all group together. Trust me. They all know each other. hmm Just like when I used to hop from vendor events to vendor events, I always ran into the same people. And guess what? When we connected, we started emailing each other different events. So if you think that a clothing vendor can find other vendors of sorts, and we all end up at the same events, follow the trail, ask questions. Like, oh my goodness, go in there as ignorant as you want. Be like, oh, I'm also trying to find a good herbalist. You know, Vanny? They all know each other. They all hang around each other. They're all decently living decent lives. Go to a natural health food store, not GNC. Go to a natural health food store, the kind of rundown one where there's a certain person in there that knows a lot about medicine and medicine. Just follow the trail. The alternative life trail, not lifestyle, but life trail, that they eat a little different than us. I'm just saying. It starts to make sense when you put in the work at the end of the day. Let's start putting in the work. Let's start understanding that history will always repeat itself until you say, I'm rewriting it. I'm rewriting history every day for myself. How about you? Got my sister Kim who eats fruits and berries. Hey, Crystal, what's going on? I buy all my produce at the farmer's market. Girl, so you start asking them, I'm like, ooh, where do if you want some herbs, like, you know what, I heard that there's a particular herb that can help with this thing. They'll tell you who to go to. And you know what? People give that information out freely. I honestly don't have time to put in the work, but I would rather put my money in the pockets of those who are when it comes to eating better. And that's fine. That's how you're using and exercising your free will. And that's fine. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I can't argue with that. And that's how you can grow a bigger community, right? If you can't do it yourself, you sow into people who are willing to do it. And in return, they're helping others and you're helping. That's how we can go ahead and make this place better. Well, not just better, but to continue to help it be better. Let's put more light and shine more light on things that are really progressing instead of allowing some paid off entities to tell us what they think we are. Animals, tyrants, racketeers. No, not on my dime. I'm not turning on your network anymore. Your network will not get another advertising dollar from this click. You have the power to keep people in power. Oh, you have the power to keep people in power. You remember that one creates more than one. You are the one. Remember that. Hey, fire and air, what's going on? What up, ghetto preacher? I think I said hi to you. Thank you. I'm about to wrap it up. But you have more control than anybody has ever told you. But I am telling you right now, because they won't tell you. I'm telling you right now, you have the control to say, I will no longer put your advertising dollars on your network. They're going to spend their money frivolously because I no longer participate in your programming. What up, eat, sleep? What's going on? Just wait for dinner to get down and shared you on. Oh, thank you. I'm about to be out of here. I appreciate you though. And just remember this, guys. Anything that I do for any one of you, whether I tell you or not, is because I want to, not because I'm looking for anything in return. You don't have to return a thing for me because guess what? I've been promised from the Bible that I used to read that every need of mine will be provided for. How that happens is not my concern, but it will. And I'm trusting on that and I'm leaning on that. So whether you do something for me or not, it's okay. Would I have gratitude if you do? Absolutely, because it's the respectful thing to do. But I do nothing expecting anything. Well, I do. Wait, that didn't make sense. I do things not expecting a return. Oh, I have a giveaway, guys. I almost forgot. Let me do this giveaway before I go. Hey, Anna. Just takes one. Be safe, everybody. Be careful. Tell someone you love. Tell them you love them. Tired, nice. I'm giving this away today. And this comes from All That Glitters by Jen. So I'm not so good at these giveaways. Only thing I ask for is the shipping is $2, and this can be yours. They're nail polish strips. I don't know if the nail salons have opened. I doubt it. You know, they're trying to crush all small businesses into oblivion. So I picked out this thing. I was like, oh, this is so pretty. The little peaches and limes. You can put that on your nails. You can put that on your, and guess what? It's peel off and they actually last. Remember when I did a sample? It wasn't the greatest sample, but I did that. You don't have to do anything but put it on your nail. It stays on for months. I mean, it's good. Like, it's better than a manicure. Those are cute, right? So basically, you peel them off and then you put them on your nails. Then you kind of just smooth it out. If you want to put a top coat of clear polish, you can, but you don't have to because they actually adhere to your nails like real nail polish. It smells like real nail polish because it is. It's just in this sticker form. Let me see how I'm going to do this giveaway. Let's play numbers. A number between 1 and 20. Do not start yet. Let me write my number down first. What number do you want to put there, Joy? Okay, I just wrote my number down. That's fine because you can actually cut it to the size of your finger, to the shape of your finger. And that's the cute thing. And whatever you don't use, you can put on as an accent. Well, accents are like, you know, like a French manicure or whatever. There's enough strips to do 10 fingernails, and whatever you don't use, you can just seal it back with a iron, like you can seal the plastic thing back with a hot iron and close it off, and that it is preserved longer. So I have a number between 1 and 20. I picked my number. I just put it up here, and you can only choose one number. You can write numbers in the chat. You don't have to spell it out. You can just write a number in the chat. And as soon as I hit, I'm going to type in the word. No, not yet. Not yet. I'm going to type in the word start, and that's when it will start because, you know, my counter and your counter, the timing is different. So, Miss Biddy, you can take that number off. You can use it again if you want or not. It's up to you. And then I'm going to type stop, and whoever gets either the number or closest to the number will win. But you have to be willing to cash at me $2 for shipping, and then I'll mail it to you. Okay. So, bye, Reborn. I just hit start. So put your numbers in. God, I've been in here for an hour. And I'm not even going to look at that. So I don't, whatever. And now I just hit stop. Okay, Carolyn Eats, you have won. This is the number that I chose. That is 9. The number 9. So Carolyn, yeah, girl, you won. So Carolyn, this is my Cash App. And then I'm putting my Cash App in there. And I'm also putting my email address, so you can email me a mailing address. Oh, I was about to put the website. Let's see. And I will put these in the mail for you tomorrow. You know what, Carolyn? Don't Cash at me. I'll just send it to you. Just email. Don't Cash at me. Don't Cash at me. I'm just gonna mail it to you. Just send me your email address. Oh, and I spelled the email wrong. Be the difference LLC at gmail.com. Don't even worry about it. It's just $2. Whatever. I'll pay for it. No problem. So that's the email address. Send me your mail. Send me a mailing address, and I will put these in the mail for you tomorrow. Also, the way if you want to reorder these, her website address is right there. If any of you want to even take a look at how this is done or even invest in it for yourself, there's the website. Go ahead and take a look at that. Follow her on Facebook. All That Glitters by Jen. Why is this backwards? It's All That Glitters by Jen. And check that out. She's a friend of mine, and she's come on Hello World a couple times. I think she's gonna be here on the 11th too, doing a giveaway as well. So, and explaining how to use it too. So yeah, Carolyn, just email me that. If you guys want to get to know anything more about my company, if you want to purchase items from my company, go to beatadifferencellc.com. I appreciate you guys for being here. I don't like to be here no more than 50 minutes, just in case people get discouraged to rewatch it for being so long. I thank you guys for being here. You're there now. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Today is the last day for 2 books. You buy 2 of my books, get a free t-shirt. And it's from the unisex design, those designs from the unisex section where you can choose a free t-shirt or a quote that you may have seen on Inspirational Moments with Joy, that playlist. Check out my premiere that I'm posting tomorrow. It's going to be at 2:00. Come back for that, please. I appreciate your support in that. And if you can share out these things if you want to. You don't have to. I don't ever want anybody to do anything outside of their own will. But I do want our world to continue to be better because I believe it is. I really do, despite all of the distractions that are in our way. And guys, did you know? And I found this out yesterday. That the 2 men, the one that had the knee on the neck, they were coworkers. So he took a personal vendetta out on his coworker to cause all of this chaos. So we got in the middle of somebody's own personal beef. Another thing I'm going to say, let every story play out before you say anything. I know it's so easy for us to react, but let the stories play out. And then make your decision. The books is $10 and $15. That's the price of the books. I'll put my website in there, bethedifferencellc.com. That's the website. You can take a look at them. They're all inspirational quotes, and they are all original. And when I say they are all original, I have proof of that because they have been copywritten with our lovely US government. My work is in the Library of Congress, and that's a big deal. And I've gotten my government seal from the lovely Washington of our deceased. Oh, did I just say that? Y'all heard that? Wow, Washington deceased. Oh, I need to stop before I get shut down. But yes, I have everything protected. Everything that I come out with is protected, except for sayings that are not protectable, right? So yeah, that's that. You guys are beautiful. You are amazing. There is no mistake about you. Please, if anything, start taking the veils off of your eyes. Start taking the veils off of your eyes so that you can see clearly, so that you can see the distractions, see past the distractions, so that you can actually be free. Freedom of your mind is something that no one can take. No one can take the freedom of your mind. Nobody. They can try to sway your opinion, but when you are truly free, they can't stop you. I don't know why I'm whispering because that makes no sense because they still hear me, right? The only reason why I said that it was protected is so you know that they're really original. That's the only reason why I said that. Because the government goes through the articles of anything that's been published or written. And if they find that you've plagiarized someone, they will let you know. That's the only reason why I said that. Please remember, you are the difference to so many people, whether you know it or not. You can make things better or worse by the power of this, 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 and definitely that. All of your sensories are powerful. Do not allow yourself to be desensitized any longer. That's actually a quote in my book. I am here every single night between 7 and 9. We talk about everything and anything. I'm probably not going to talk about this topic again tomorrow. I want to try to think of something else, maybe something more light, because we've been on some thickness for a few days now. And life doesn't always have to be so thick. There's enjoyment and happiness in different ways. But sometimes we just got to think, got to put on our thinking caps. Oh boy. So yeah, that's it. My name is Joy from Be the Difference Clothing. I really do appreciate you guys for listening to me. I hope that it made sense to some degree. And I hope not only that it made sense, but that you'll start to do things for yourself to find your freedom. Even if you have found freedom, you can always become more free. I appreciate you guys. So, my name is Joy from Be the Difference Clothing, and I'm signing out on another episode of Hello World.